Okay, let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Erika Jayne is reportedly very embarrassed. And from what I hear, she is not doing well with one, all of the news that's out there, not being able to talk about it or really address it, but also the fact that this is her storyline this season. I can confirm that it has been talked about on camera, it has been addressed, and she's not doing well with any of this. From what I've heard, she's in a tough place, and I kind of feel for her. I know originally I was like, I wonder if this is a sham, and then reports have come out saying that it is a sham. I can now confirm with my own sources close to production that it's not a sham and that she really is hurting through this. And so now apparently Edelson PC is the one that is suing her and Tom, accusing the divorce of being a sham to protect their assets, which at first I was kind of like, that would make sense if they were trying to do that. And then the other theory was, oh, well, I think she's moved on from the show. And she's moved on from her marriage with Tom, and he's no longer that emotional or financial support system. But I think as the story is continuing to develop, I think, what if, okay, so let's go through what actually happened. So they're being sued by Edelson for the sham divorce. Tom's being accused of stealing money from his clients and using that money to fund Erika's lavish lifestyle, which we see she has the glam, we see she has the music career and the music videos, which she said on the show that Tom pays for all of it. And in an article from Law 360, they claim that Tom's attorneys at the law firm were all leaving because of all of these like growing debts and lawsuits that keep piling up against them or against the firm. And it was just like, ooh, this is not, they were just like, we need to get out because this is a sinking ship. And I think when you have money and you flaunt your money on TV, as we saw Erika do on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think people then, you become a target and people want to come for you. And they're like, oh, these people have money. Or if you're flaunting your money, I mean, we're seeing it happen with Randall and Lala. Like, people are coming after Randall because you saw Lala on the show flaunting her lavish lifestyle. And then people see you as a target, or people see you as a funnel for them to get some sort of money out of you. So yeah, they're going to press lawsuits against you, especially if you owe them money and then you're on a reality show being like, look at me and my $40,000 glam budget. I'm flying across the world with my glam squad. I would be pissed too if somebody that I worked with was living this lavish lifestyle and owed me money, or, just, I think he made some messy deals and he owed a lot of people, some money that he was or wasn't planning on paying back. And it's getting way too out of hand and it's getting way too messy. And I actually don't think Erika knew about all of this, to be honest, because if you watch them on the show, like I said, it is being talked about. It is part of her storyline. I know she doesn't want it to be her entire storyline and she's having a really hard time with it, understandably. But I do think we're going to get a more human side of Erika. I think she's going to show, she's going to take out the Ice Queen and she's going to really come forth as, a full human person that we haven't really gotten to see behind all the glam. Like, we had moments where, they were in Tokyo and she's like, you don't know what I go through every night. Don't talk about my son. I think that sort of stuff is going to start to come to light. I think when it comes to things within her marriage with Tom, I think she swept a lot of things under the rug, or she just turned the other cheek. It's like, don't ask, don't tell. And I think Tom hid a lot of stuff from her. And I don't think she knew how bad of a financial situation they were in with the debt and with the now piling lawsuits and all of the money that he's owed people. I think she recently found out about the financial situation. He probably played it off as like, it's fine, I'm working it out, it's not that big of a deal. And now she's learning how bad it actually is. And now she's being sued. And it really feels like, I mean, when somebody in your marriage, like, deceives you in that sort of way. And I think Tom just really wasn't honest with her about a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff came to light, and now she's like, holy shit, what did I sign up for? Like, is this the marriage that I thought that I was in? And she did see that, they weren't on the same page anymore. And she is making her own money and she's doing her own thing and she doesn't need Tom. And I think I was even thinking about it and I'm like, well, what if he knew of what was happening and he kind of saw the writing on the wall, and that's why he told her? Because we remember in, I think it was this past season or the season prior, she talks about how when she signed her contract, Tom was really just like, sign it, you would be dumb if you didn't sign. Or maybe, I don't think it was on the actual show, but it may have been an interview that she did where Tom told her to sign the Housewives contract. And it was probably because he was setting her up for this life similar to like what Camille Grammer did with what Kelsey Grammer did with Camille, where he told her to come on the show so that she would have a platform, so that when he left her, she would have something. You know, it was like his parting gift to her. And we've seen the husbands do this in the past. And I think that's probably what Tom did for Erika. Was he was like, I'm going to set you up, probably without telling her, but he probably saw the writing on the wall, wanted to make sure she was prepared. Obviously, she then went on the show, exposed her lavish lifestyle. That made him more of a target, and now he's just a sinking ship. And, you know, I think he still loves her, but I think their marriage and the romantic relationship that they had ended a long time ago, and they were really just companions and friends that deeply cared about one another. But I think that's why, you know, he really wanted her to gain all of these opportunities, like Chicago, like her book deal, all of that stuff, which he didn't really support, but I think he supported behind the scenes because he wanted her to really go off and shine, probably seeing that at some point everything was going to start to crumble. Because when you have something like this, it doesn't just happen in 2020. This isn't something that just happened within the past 12 months. Like, these things happen slowly. And if we're now finding out that all of these lawyers were leaving his firm for a while because they saw the writing on the wall, there's a good chance that Tom has seen this coming for a few years and either hoped that Erika could start to make some money and that would save them, or just knew that he was going to be going down and he wanted to make sure that she was set up for something moving forward. And that's kind of my take and my hot take and my theory.